welcome back to another building video. In the spirit of the weird pack called Sims 4 for rent, we are going to be building some apartments. Don't get me wrong, I'm really excited for this pack, but whoever thought of that name just we need to have a meeting after this video. I'm going to try and build in San Sequoia because honestly, when we got that pack, especially this neighborhood, the Anchor Point Wharf, it really reminded me of apartments. Okay, the game's like, okay, I see what you're doing here. So when I first got into this lot, when I got this pack, I was like, this lot doesn't seem like it would be right for like a house, like a family home, because imagine you build your family home and then your child falls onto the rocks. But imagine apartments though, like those right here. I was like, wow, yeah, this lot is perfect for apartments. Are all packs interconnected like this, where they tell us little subliminal messages that we don't know about? I don't even know how apartments are going to work. So I'm going to do quite a typical kind of apartment complex looking thing that you could kind of see in Ireland, I suppose. I don't know. I'm gonna get inspired by only the things I know and the things I understand. Let's be clear here. I'm not gonna make like these beautiful apartments. As my first apartment that I'm building for the Sims 4 pack. Sorry, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Sims 4 for rent pack. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? I don't know how these apartments are going to work in the sense of how do we determine different apartments from each other. I think that's going to be quite interesting to figure out. Is it going to be a particular door, or is there going to be like an extra tool added to your build and buy? You know, kind of like this tool right here, the custom room tool. I wonder, is it going to be the case of being like, okay, so this area is one apartment, which I think would make sense to be able to kind of determine it with a tool, rather than just a door, because how do we do that? And I don't want it to be placing a door and then going into live mode and like setting, oh, that to be an apartment and then that to be an apartment, because it can get very confusing, especially if you're doing a massive apartment complex with so many doors. And I don't want to accidentally like reset all my doors and then all apartments are one apartment, if you get me. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this as realistic as it would be physically possible, and we would definitely have a car park. If this was real life, especially in Ireland, we would have a lot of concrete and we would have a car park. So that's just that. There is no lying about that. We would have a massive car park because people would be so annoyed. They need to park somewhere. So we need to have a car park, please. And then we would also have some separate tiles to enter our lovely building. Maybe this one, actually. This seems perfect. You could also then find like a little outdoor area here that would usually just lead to where the bins are. So that's pretty exciting. But like so far, this is what I imagine when I think of apartment complex, especially in Ireland. It's not very glamorous. It's not very bougie. But then back there, for sure, there will be like a little grass area. Yeah, there we go. And then you would have a back door, but it would be probably like one of those back doors. Apartments in Ireland are actually not that nice, unless you're talking about like the multi-millionaire ones that they keep building that no one can afford. All the old ones literally just have a door like this at the back of it, and it's like a fire escape door, and they're just so ugly. I lived in apartments before. Maybe you've heard me already talk about this on my YouTube channel, but I've lived in the worst of the worst when it comes to apartments. So I do get very triggered by apartments. So I'm very interested to see what these apartments are going to bring, what kind of aura, what kind of like vibes we're going to get, because I do want to change my mind about apartments. I'm a little bit scared since living in an apartment complex that was just so moldy and so gross. Okay, so I've just created this. I've made a little car park area using these like stone things. Do you know these from the floor? The rectangle, it's called. So I've sized these down and I've made a little car park in the back. Looks extremely awkward to park your car in, but anyways, then I've just created a little side area here for your bikes, because that's very common as well, and a bin area. So a lot of these apartments here in Ireland would be kind of practical in the sense that there is good things happening on the outside. You know, you can park your car, you can park your bike, you have your bin area, but they're really just cheap out on the inside of the apartments. And these apartments would be so old that like the mold would be like inside the walls. So they'd pretend that from the outside everything is just so beautiful and so clean, and like, yeah, we have a gardener that comes out to cut the grass, but yeah, but we are not going to replace your moldy wall plaster. I don't know. As you can tell, I still have PTSD. So anyway, let's try maybe do a little bit of a layout on the inside of these apartments. So the way that it would work is that you would have a hallway like this, and you would have two apartments downstairs. Although, will that be one apartment? That would be another one, and then upstairs another. Yeah, I suppose that makes more sense. I'm not going to turn these into 4. I think that would be a bit much. So we need to get a stairs going on. This stairs will probably be like the most just boring stairs you would ever see. Can I even get rid of the thing underneath? Yeah, it would literally just be something like this. And they're usually towards like the back end of the like the hallway, right by the fire exit, as we should call it. So that definitely does make sense. So then the first entrance to the first apartment will be like right here. And again, it would be like a door like this. It just looks so boring and annoying. And you would have like a little thing at the back of the door because, you know, health and safety. If you need to run out, you run out that door. You just have to know about it and your landlord has to tell you about it. So, okay, so we have 4 apartments here. That's pretty big and quite nice actually. So let's try and figure out the layout of this apartment. So I've added 2 little windows on that side. So I kind of want this to be the bathroom. So maybe we should plonk in a bathroom. That's going to be a very awkward shape for a bathroom though. Would that be a bathroom? Why don't we just get a few objects? I think that the kitchen should be like straight away as you walk in. Okay, great placement. Okay, so imagine this fridge and one sec there now. Maybe if we do... Oh no, this is not working out for me. Okay, what if I move the door over a slight smidgen? So that's your kitchen. That makes more sense. Then we're gonna have a dining room straight away. And by dining room, I mean like the smallest little table, because obviously these apartments are so small that like you just don't have that much room for anything. Look, maybe 3 chairs. We'll give them the 3 chairs. Then you would have to really only have 1 bedroom in this apartment, I guess. Unless we do like the smallest little bathroom here. Yeah, but then where's the sitting room? No, that can't be the bathroom. Okay, so we'd have to do like bedroom, bathroom, and sitting room like right here. Oh god. I mean, it does make sense because these apartments would be so small and they would charge you like for rent for a little studio kind of, well, it's not in a studio, it's a 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom apartment. They would charge you like 1,300 euro for something like this, I want to say. Yeah, it would be that. It would be that, especially in the city center. Oh god. Okay, this is a bit much, but that is kind of what it would be like. The apartment complex that we lived in was right next to a hospital, and a lot of the hospital staff would actually be living there, and they would be living in like the worst conditions, and it's just shocking really to think about. So that's why I'm so triggered by this pack a little bit. Am I really gonna enjoy this? Especially with a lot of people saying that, you know, landlords these days are really charging an arm and a leg for homes with the housing crisis in Ireland especially. It's just really unfair. So I don't know, is this pack going to be fun? Is this pack going to be triggering for a lot of people? I don't know, but we best figure it out. So I'm just figuring out some of the actual items that would be here. So like your grey countertops, something very bland, a very old furniture, something that doesn't really work together but is just thrown, because each of these apartments in Ireland would technically be owned by a different landlord. So these would be very similar in the sense that they were built in the same way, but some of the items would be different because they're owned by different landlords that would provide you with different kind of furniture. So this is what this one's looking like, and I'm just trying to figure out the positioning of the windows, because there wouldn't be many windows in apartments like this, which would be very sad because it's very hard to ventilate in the end. So it would be so difficult to actually not have mold in homes like this. So let me just really quickly copy this into all the other apartments and we can see what it looks like then. Oh, just letting you know, I'm not actually doing all of the rooms again. I'm just copying and pasting them and bringing them upstairs because that's much easier than redoing every single apartment. I'm just going to change a couple of things in them, but they're all relatively going to be the exact same, because I suppose if you're building an apartment block for people to move into, they're going to kind of redo it themselves. So this to me is kind of like if everyone moved out and just left all of the furniture that's meant to be there. That's kind of what I want this to look like. And I just realized the bedrooms literally only fit the bed in them, and that's kind of it. Maybe a little chest of drawers, maybe. I mean, we'd have to give them some sort of storage, but it would be something like this, and that's all you're getting, really. Wow. Stunning. Yeah, this is definitely triggering me in like the worst ways. The space that you live in is absolutely so important to make you feel good and to make you feel happy in your life. So the fact that there are homes out there like this, and the fact that, you know, I lived in homes like this, I can 100% confirm that there are homes out there like this. I'm just making these apartments slightly different from each other because they would have a little bit of a personality. Oh wait, I never put a sink into the kitchen. I'm so sorry. Wow, I'm the worst landlord so far. You get no sinks in your kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. I am the worst landlord. And they barely have any room to cook anything, but that's okay. That's fine. You know, we got to get into that landlord mindset. This is horrible. This is the worst. Can I just do a public service announcement? I want windows like these, the two kind of glass ones, but longer, like longer down. So imagine like the length of these two windows together. Can you just give me two like normal windows like that, please? So I'm just doing a few little finishing touches. So definitely we would have loads of these mailboxes. Wait, is this the wrong color? Wait, oh my god, what am I doing? It was the wrong color. All this time it was the wrong color. That's great. So I think this item is actually coming with the new pack. So it's like loads of mailboxes together. So I guess I'm just gonna put 4 here for the moment because there's only 4 apartments here. But there is definitely an object like this coming in the pack, which does make a lot of sense because that's how it works in the apartments, I suppose. I've added some drain pipes, which I've tried to locate for about half an hour. I could not find them, and then I realized they're not in the objects, they're in like the build mode section, just in case you're ever wondering, because I just wasted so much of my time doing that. I've added like a cork board and definitely the fire exit sign as well, which is very important. A few little details in like the little drainage pipes, like a random cork board inside the house. I know you'd get like the randomest object, but you wouldn't get like your basics. Like you don't get a bin with these apartments, just letting you know. You have to buy your own bin. They don't supply you with things like that. Obviously, you get your own bins. And you know, actually the flooring of the apartments I lived in was carpet. It was like a green carpet like this. There was the tiniest little bit of lino here as you enter for some reason, and then after that it was just green carpet. So that's just wonderful, isn't it? It's just think about how lovely that smelled when you come into the apartment complex, because you would have everyone's smells from their apartments like going through their crappy little doors and all of that embedded into the carpet. Just imagine the lovely smell you would smell. I'm obviously very excited to build beautiful, stunning modern apartments in this game with this new Sims 4 for rent pack. I was going to say for sale. So far, this is kind of what I'm imagining, you know, like these are, when someone says apartments, this is what pops into my head. Crammed together, old, destroyed furniture, smelly carpets, horrible landlords. That's what I think about when I think about apartments. I guess I'm kind of on the side with people that say that I don't know whether this pack is going to be, you know, are people gonna love this pack? I'm not sure. I'm still gonna buy it because I need to try it out, but this is kind of the argument, I suppose, shall I say, that, you know, apartments kind of trigger people, and I suppose I am one of them. And there is a part of the new pack that actually brings mold in, and one of the deaths is mold too. And I guess in Ireland we have a lot of moisture and we actually have mold as a common issue, and people do actually have a lot of problems, like health problems, when it comes to mold. So this is going to be so extremely triggering, especially for the Irish people that are trying to buy this Sims pack, because the Sims are making it like a funny thing. Oh my god, you died because of mold and your crappy little apartment and your landlord won't help you with the mold. But we had instances where you have to be hospitalized because of mold and respiratory issues and skin issues as well. So I don't know how exciting this is going to be for a lot of people. I'm still going to try it because I love to face my fears, as we all know. I did that with the horse pack. I don't really like horses, but I did it anyways. So I'm obviously gonna do it with this pack as well. But yeah, guys, what do you think of my beautiful little apartment complex? Super realistic, as per usual. That's what we do on this channel. I just tell you the truth. It is gonna be fun to have loads of Sims live on one lot, but I don't know how this is gonna run for people that just say play on a laptop, because the more Sims on one lot that we have, the harder it is for your PC or your laptop to run. Not everyone's PC is going to be that great at running so many Sims on one lot, and as we know, there can only be 20 Sims per lot. So how is this going to have an effect on the people walking around in the world? Is there going to be just no one around because you have like filled your lot to the max? I don't know. I have so many questions, but that's why I wanted to create this little build to prepare myself to, you know, throw myself into the deep end and raise a couple of these questions. There's only one car in the driveway because it's obviously me. Oh god, I drove in here and I said, woohoo! Oh, okay. I can't drive, clearly. Woohoo! we're driving away now. So I just, I did my apartment viewing and now I'm driving away. And oh, this is me driving off the lot. Please let me know what you think of this build down in the comments. And if you have any other thoughts that I kind of mentioned that I guess you agree on, or maybe you don't agree, and maybe you can change my mind on all of this. All of the stuff that I just said about the landlords, about the mold, about the triggering aspects of the living crisis that we have in Ireland. Change my mind down in the comments. I would love to hear your feedback. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Please stay tuned because we will be doing so many builds and a let's play with this pack when it comes out in December. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys, and as per usual, I shall see you in the next one. Bye.